This is Running Free with JH. I am doing very well today. Today is the very first time, well, this morning actually was the first time I got to run outside in the past few months. It was awesome. Here in Nevada, it gets pretty windy sometimes in the wintertime and sometimes in the summer, but most of the time in the winter. And as things change over from seasons, the windy can get pretty bad in the spring and all that stuff. It was awesome to hear, but one thing I wanted to talk about today is why running free with JH? Well, my first name, John Henry, JH, is where JH comes from, and why running free? Because I actually got reminded this morning on my run of why I enjoyed it out there. The one thing about running on a treadmill or indoor track, it really sucks when you're just on a treadmill and all you're seeing is either TV, a mirror, or outside and nothing's going on. And then on an indoor track, you're going lap, 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 and all you're doing is hitting your stopwatch to make sure you're on pace if you want to do it, to make sure you do enough laps, otherwise you don't forget. But when you go out on a regular run outside, all you have to do is start your watch and go. I've been using a Garmin. I've used other stopwatches and everything. I know there's a bunch of them out there. But for me, it was awesome this morning. I didn't have to worry about the laps. I didn't have to worry about any time. I just said, okay, let's see what my legs feel. And I didn't bring anything out there with me to listen to, because normally when I run outside, I don't do that. When I was indoors, I did, because it got boring. When you do 100 laps on an indoor track, you're like, oh, just shoot me now, right? But I got my head lost, and before you know it, 2-3 miles are gone, and it's such an awesome feeling. It's a great feeling to know that when you're running, you have to worry about stuff, and your mind can just think. And I was able to just look at the stars, because it was definitely morning. It wasn't sun up yet when I first started, and I was able to just enjoy that time in the morning. Everything's still, and there's no really big craziness happening yet. And one thing I have enjoyed about running ever since I started doing it so long ago was I feel free. I feel alive when I'm running. That's just something that I get out of it. I've had a lot of people tell me or even ask me, don't you bored out there? I, I can't do what you do, or all this other stuff that comes to the brain. And for me, it is. It's like a freeing feeling to get out there and go. There's something about doing that in the morning, right after you get up, and then going to work after that, or going to hang out, or doing whatever. Your body feels more calm. At least my body does. It feels more calm. It feels more at peace. I feel ready for the day. When I just crawl out of bed and I get into a car, and then I go someplace, or just going from the bed to the couch or something, I kind of feel or I feel kind of off. Maybe if it's a day after a hard training and stuff, I won't feel it as much. But if it's too many days in a row, I definitely feel that. So for me, running breaks free of all that, and it just makes me start the day awesome. Another reason why it's free, it clears my mind. There's something about my mind, because my synapses do fire faster than most people. At least that's what I tell myself. But I do. I like to think. I like to learn things. But my brain just wanders, and I come up with ideas. And that's why I use Evernote a lot of times, is because I put ideas down. I have business ideas. I have things that I would like to do, or things I like to see, or things I like to figure out. And those ideas sometimes come or clarify, or just think on things during my run. That's kind of what I do. So another way it's freeing is because of that. And that's kind of why I named my podcast, my Instagram, or whatever you want to call the social media posts. They're all under Running Free with JH. I couldn't come up. I didn't want to use my full name. I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to just throw it out there, because for me it was what I want to accomplish. I know, like about 10 years ago, when I ran my first marathon, I ran in San Antonio, and I was on pace. The first 18, 19 miles, I was doing 6:25 pace roughly, which is about a 2:40 marathon. I was doing fantastic. Training for the first time in my life. 8 months prior to that, I never ran over 10 miles, and here I am doing awesome. I ran Boston about 5 months later, in 2009. So now I ran Boston about 10 years ago this year, and I just remember thinking back on those days, going, "Wow, can I do that again? Can I actually try?" Because at one point when I did finish that race, I was like, maybe I could go for the Olympics. Maybe I could go for these harder races. Maybe I can make money off it or something. I wasn't sure what to do, but I was wondering, because one thing I did not understand was why most people I know or people who I get around, they're not into the running community. One thing I did enjoy about going to those rock and roll marathons, which is what I did in San Antonio, or go to these local races, is people like me. Most of the time I run around people. It's just people who don't want to work out, don't want to run. But I do get around some people. It's a different type of vibe of person. It's like they enjoy working out. Like I enjoy actually pushing my heart to the limit, running track around the laps, or doing a tempo run, doing an 18, 20-mile long run. I got out there and I'm awesome. And then when I'm able to do it with an actual group of people, it feels so freeing. I feel collected and connected to people. I do sometimes feel very disconnected with most people because the way I look at life, the way I want to live my life is a lot different than most people. I don't want to be sitting in front of a TV playing video games all day. I do think there's time for that. I do enjoy time with friends when it comes to playing games at the house, whether it be Parcheesi, Twister, or something like that, or just sitting down talking around the campfire. I do enjoy that stuff like that. I do enjoy it. But some people do it too much, and I need to get out into the world. I did my one and only Spartan race. I did pretty well. I didn't win or anything, obviously, but it was weird to see other people that like me enjoy lifting stuff because I can do pull-ups and push-ups, right? And then be able to climb up the rope, going through the mud pits. And other people, guys and girls, I was like, oh my God, where have you guys been all my life? Because that's not how I grew up. People like that do not exist in that world where I grew up. Don't know why that is. I don't know where I came from. But for some reason, there's something freeing about being in the world and letting the world be my oyster. Or how should I say, being my gym. The world is my gym. So that's kind of like things I came to mind when I first ran this morning and about things I remember. I did scream. I did. I kind of, when I was about half mile to a mile in, I kind of was looking around at my surroundings and I'm like, wow, I like screamed it. Like, wow, I really, really have missed this. And it's so freeing. And I want to bring it back more. So I'm gonna try to run more and more outdoors now because that is where it's at a lot better than where I was doing at it. For those of you who can run on a treadmill and not get bored, I applaud you and I salute you because I have a terrible time doing it. I've done it. I've done tempo runs on there, and the plan, since I've been trying to figure out my new plan of how to going about doing whole routine, is if it's too windy or something outside and it's my tempo day, should I be doing it on a treadmill? The answer should be, of course, yes. But I do hate it. I don't like the treadmill. But I think it's a challenge that should be worth taking up. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I have this task. I got to complete it. I got a treadmill. The treadmill will not own me. The treadmill will not change me. I will take charge of that treadmill. That's kind of how I'm thinking. Sounds a little childish in my brain, but I think that's the way you got to look at it when something you don't want to do, something you don't like doing, and you know you have to do it. And I think I'm rambling a little too much, but I just wanted to get out here and talk about that is the reason why I call this Running Free with JH. Hopefully, I will inspire some people along the way. I know my goals are very ambitious. I am back probably down closer to 7-minute mile pace right now for my fast pace than I was back in Christmas time when I did that 6:30 or under 6:30. And that's okay. I fell backwards because of days off, because of the holidays and all that stuff. But it's okay. But I do think it's still possible. Today is only what, the 8th of January, 2019. By January of next year, if I pull my cards right, which something I've done is I've already sent off for some extra. I got some. I got omega-3s coming through. I got some collagen coming through, and some amazing grass. I'm working with the nutrition now. Get this. I'm trying to see if I get that on point. I gotta lose probably about 10 pounds. Get me down to like 143, 145, something like that, and build the muscle in the legs, build the endurance, and basically go for it. And when I say go for it, that means get however it has to happen, whether it be through a coach, through myself, or through whatever, and however it has to happen with long runs, short run intervals, get down to that under 5-minute mile pace, for 5 miles. That's what's got to happen. That can happen. I do believe it can happen. A lot can happen in a year. And so I want to break free and run free. And maybe I can make this something better going forward. And that's what I hope these podcasts can just be my daily, like I said earlier, It's my daily inspiration to myself. But maybe someone can look back and listen to these tapes and see where they were. So right now, I'm looking at possibly running. I haven't decided yet because I'm still seeing how I feel tomorrow on my run. If I'm going to be starting the tempo runs yet, or if I'm going to give myself a couple weeks of regular running. I'm leaning more towards starting a tempo run and just go for it because I think I've had already 4 months of running. I think I have enough base under me, and I'm going to be adding again back because the every other day of running, fast and slow, is too much for my body. I need more recovery time, which is totally normal. But I think I'm adding that long run again because that long run, oh, do I miss the long run? It's kind of funny. You think you got to run 15 miles? That's crazy. And this guy over here saying, I miss it. I do. I got to bring that back. Once a week, long runs, 52 in a year. See what 52 of them by the end of the year will give me. I think it's totally possible and fun. And maybe somebody, like I said, listens to these podcasts can say, well, he started from here, and a year later he was there. Interesting. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I want to thank. That's Running Free with JH. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. You can always email me at runningfreewithjh@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from all you guys, and have a fantastic 2019. It's going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to commit to myself. Like I said, I got the nutrition coming through. I already made my stuff for the week. Right now I'm on my lunch break at work. I do have a day job, which I wish I didn't, but I do. And I have to, because of that, that's the interesting part. Because of that, my days have to start between 1 and 2 in the morning because of my day job. It's not so I can get the runs in. So I am now a 3 a.m. runner. I'd rather be a 6 a.m. runner or a 5 a.m. runner, but I am a 2 to 3 a.m. runner because of the job I am right now. But the goals and priorities, how I look at it, is what's going to keep me going forward. So if I could be like everybody else, just say, you know what, I'll do after work. I'll do it this way. I'll get time in. Well, it's only 1 day off. Those days will add up. I know it because I've already seen it myself. Do it to myself. I could have been here 10 years ago, possibly, in a better shape, and better running, and better skills. If I would have worked out. I thought about Des Linden, said the other day. Well, not the other day, probably a few months back, but I heard it on a podcast she was being interviewed by. She said, if I give myself 1 year of training, what would that be? What would it accomplish? What would she get? And I've been thinking to myself, like I said a few episodes back about what if. So I'm doing the what if in the past. Let's do the what if in the forward. So I'm doing the what if game, but I'm playing it right now. What if I get up tomorrow, like this morning, when I got up at 1 a.m. and I said, okay, what if I get up and actually do it? And so that's what I did. I got up, I did it, I got out that run. I was all by myself out there, but it was enjoyable. Finished it up, came to work. No one knows that around me knows what I'm doing, and it doesn't matter if they know or not. I don't need to like broadcast to the world, which is kind of ironic because that's what I'm doing right now with you, with all you. But it's okay. They don't have to. The people have to know. It's for myself, and that's kind of where I'm at. And so the what if game is in effect. It's been in effect every single day. When that alarm goes off, and I'm thinking I don't want to get up, I'm going, what if I just get up? What would that do? Day after day after day, month after month. What will happen come New Year's 2020? I think things are possible if you do it. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be a daily grind. I do think magic will happen if I keep going up. So welcome to my journey, and welcome to Running Free with JH. Thank you.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.